welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. I know we're on, if you're watching this on Facebook or live stream YouTube, then you may experience this at a different time. Wanted to change it up. I've actually had the opportunity to be out of town for a little bit and could not wait to get back in the seat. Could not wait to get back to talk to you today. If you're wondering who's talking to you, my name is Anthony Randolph, and I'll be your host today, your success coach for Success Talks with Anthony. Well, how are you doing? If you're watching this or you're watching this at a later rebroadcast, wow, what a day. What a pivotal opportunity I believe this will be for you. And I believe it's going to be something that is going to encourage you and help you not only make it through your day, we talk about it all the time, but also be able to recognize where you are in your life so that you'll be able to kind of identify, like, okay, this is where I am. This is the steps I need to make. This is how I need to keep going. Okay, it kind of gives you when your GPS tells you you have 2 more miles before you turn right, after you've been driving for like 50 miles and you haven't heard from the GPS. So, and what I personally believe, I believe that GPS is God. It gives you direction, helps you point you in the right direction so you arrive where you need to be on time. Okay, just to let you know, I am an author. I've written a book called Successful. I believe it will change your life and the life of those that you bring it into. You can go find that on Amazon. Go to Amazon and type in Anthony Randolph, Randolph, Successful, and you will find that. And I believe that will help you on your journey to finding purpose in your success. So, I have something that has been on my mind since this morning. And it is something that I personally needed for my own, how would I say it? For my own belief. We all have our moments where you can be high on belief, and there's moments where you can be low on belief. Let's just be honest. And if you're watching this or on YouTube or Facebook Live as we're live streaming it, go ahead and comment your thoughts as we're talking through. I'd love to hear what you're thinking and how we can adjust and how we can talk about that. So, the thought that I came up with today is what seems small. What seems small. And I was listening to a sermon today. If you don't know what a sermon is, it's basically a speech where someone is telling you what they feel like God has put on their heart to share with a group of people. They were telling a sermon. So I was listening to that, and what hit me at that moment was the title was What Seems Small. And how many things in our life seem insignificant and small, but they're actually really, really valuable. Think about this. Ask yourself this question. What in your life are you overlooking because it seems small? What in your life is being overlooked because it seems insignificant or small? And when you think about that, you really come to the place of recognizing, okay, the things that are actually insignificant are really significant. Here's why. Let's talk about this. And thank you, Mom. I'm glad we made it home safely. My mom is watching. I love you, Mom. So, the thing of, I had a moment this weekend, or had a moment, just period, where I was kind of upset and a little emotional about feeling like what I was doing was really small. And I know we've all had moments like that where you're like, is this even valuable? Is what I'm doing even making a difference? Is it helping people? Is it changing my family? Is it changing my community? Is it changing my life? And I came to this realization here, and as I was listening to this sermon, it hit me with this. And I'll put the sermon in the notes so you can go back and watch it. It was really good. What hit me was this: the things that we consider insignificant in our moment may be very significant in someone else's life. Here's what I mean. Do you remember that first time that person said something mean to you? It might have affected them and it might have been insignificant to them. And some people are still dealing with the wounds of what someone said that they thought was insignificant 10 years ago. So you might say, well, how does that affect me? Picture it if, let's just put it this way, there's a insurance company called Geico. They laid off, they called it a RIF, reduced in force. They laid off 2,000 people in like a day. Bang. And considering the number of people that work for that company, that might have been significant and not significant to some people because they may have just thought, oh, we improved our numbers. Significant, insignificant. And it might have seemed small, and that small decision, quote unquote, affected many people. Let's think of another scenario. You don't stop at a stop sign because you think no one's coming. And you drive through, and maybe you cause, after you drive past, another person had to swerve, and you don't see it because you're driving, you're looking at your phone, you're doing whatever, and you might think, oh, that's just a small thing I didn't do. It affected more people than just you. And a lot of times the things that we consider as that has no value is very significant. Like, I got the opportunity to encourage a couple people this weekend. I was really excited about it. And then I also felt the sadness feeling like that wasn't significant enough. And really I don't know what that encouragement did for those people. But in my moment of emotionalness, I felt like that wasn't significant enough because we think that the big things happen without the small things. Yeah. Okay, let's put it this way. Try driving your car without gas in it. It might be a little thing of putting gas in your car, and it has a significant impact on how far you can go. So, thinking about the significance of what you're doing right now, your schoolwork, your friendships, your role at, in your relationships, your spouse, your whatever your thing is, like whatever you're having on your mind right now, that I believe that the Holy Spirit is speaking to you, that is asking these questions. What am I overlooking because it didn't seem significant? The value. So let me give you an example. I got to go see my mother and my father this weekend in my hometown, and I got to go spend time and play cards, play card games with them and hang out. And you might say, well, that's cool. Yeah, it was cool because it was significant because my mom actually made one of my favorite desserts, which was a cheesecake. And I ate that cheesecake, and she makes it a special way. You just gotta trust me; it's really good. And it was significant because I just needed it at that moment in my life. And you don't understand the value of the significant things that you do because sometimes it's so significant that a person doesn't even know how to say thank you for it. It's so significant that a person can't go, man, I needed that in this moment. That may happen or it may not happen. The significance of what you do is not determined by what people say. The significance of what you do is determined by how you live your life. Yeah. When you live knowing that what I'm doing is significant. Yeah, I got up today for a significant reason. I'm going to do this podcast because I know that it's going to impact somebody who needs to know that what they're doing is not small. And even if it seems small. This is significant. You see, when I wrote the book Successful, I wrote it as I was working as a valet, standing in front of a hotel, and it was a slow day, slow week actually, and I wrote that book, and it seemed insignificant because I thought in my mind, no one's ever going to read this book. No one's ever going to. I mean, it's only X amount of pages. It's my story. I don't own. I don't own millions of dollars. I don't have 15 other books along attached to my name. Insignificant in my mind. What I didn't know is as I was writing that book, people would come out of the hotel that worked there and they would see me writing on computer paper, and I would sit there on the little valet booth writing this what I felt like I needed to write on this paper. And let me tell you, one day the director of sales, good dude, came up to me and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm writing a book." "Oh, what are you writing a book of? What are you writing a book about?" "I'm writing a book about success and finding purpose in your success." "Oh, really?" "Yeah." He said, "Well, when you finish with that book, you let me know. I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to buy it for our whole entire leadership staff of the hotel." I was like, "Whoa, really?" And so I finished the book, got it put on Amazon, and the dude kept his promise. Good dude. Shout out him. He knows who he is. Clap for him. And I got the opportunity to see the significance of something that seemed very, very small. Whew. Oh, man. I'm getting a little emotional on that one. I got to see the significance of something that seemed very small. And you never know the value of what you are doing and the people that you are impacting, because sometimes seed takes longer to grow than you think. You see, the significance of that is the book. So I'll tell this last story. I give the book to the book is given out to the leadership of the hotel, and um, I go back to you know to the back part of the hotel where some of the leadership were sitting, and I see one guy kind of going through the book. 'Cause I wrote him a personal note in the back of the book about what I saw in them, and the dude is reading the book, and I look at him, and dude's eyes are red, like just kind of like he'd been like crying or whatever. And he comes up, and I'm like, "What's up, man?" He gives me a hug, and I'm like, "Whoa, like what just happened?" And he's like, "Man, thank you for that. Thank you for that." You see, what seemed insignificant to me, I was writing what I felt like I needed to write, and no one told me thank you for it because I didn't even get a chance to see the response because the book was given to him, given to the director of sales, and he just distributed and stuff like that. And sometimes we overlook the significance of the moment that we're in because we don't get the immediate feedback. You don't get the immediate, "You're doing a great job. Oh, this was amazing. I can't believe this happened. Thank you." We don't get the applause. We don't get the, and so we question, man, am I doing the right thing? This moment in my life really stinks right now. Am I doing the right thing? I didn't expect it to be this hard. Am I doing the right thing? You see, if I wanted to go from where I'm at right now to, let's just say, down the street, it would start with one step. It would start with one step. And then it would take another step. You see the significance about one step. I gotta ask this. What is your one step? What is your one step that you need to do? Well, Anthony, that won't be significant. Well, but when you get into your car and you reverse, try driving without your reverse. That's how significant it is. You need to reverse to get out of the parking space, turn, go left, right, do whatever you need to do. Just like you need gas in your car to be able to go. Just like you need to take one step to get to your next destination. What seems small, but is very significant that you need to do? You see, maybe you need to write your book. Maybe you need to apologize to that person. Maybe you need to show up on time. Maybe you need to be a friend to that person that's really hard to be a friend to. Maybe you need to go and pray for that person that you know is a challenge. You might say, this is a small thing, and it could be very significant. You see, we can't gauge influence by the level of people's claps for you. Yep. What's controlling everything that's happening on the screen is this small mouse. You don't see it. You might not even know. You might think I'm using something else, but it's super significant. What is allowing me to have sounds and stuff like that is this soundboard right here in front of you. You haven't seen it until now, but it's super significant. Yeah. Your response and your integrity is so significant because I gotta say this. You might feel like, oh, I can get away with cheating on my taxes. But what you're doing is you're setting up a significant moment in your life where the next time you get an opportunity with even amount of money, you'll be okay with cheating because you've done it before. Or I can look at this, I can do that, and you think it's insignificant. But what it is one step towards the direction you don't want to go in. You might say, well, Anthony, I have a family member. She would be okay with me telling the story. And I've seen her go on a journey to become physically fit. And I've also seen her go on a journey of developing herself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, stuff like that. So the significance started when she made the decision. One step. You see, and now she's really, really healthy, takes care of herself, does all that stuff, and really, really, really great person. That being said, without the significance of something that seems small, okay, make a decision to say no here. Or make a decision to say yes here. Make a decision to do this. Make a decision to do that. All these things are super significant. And yet, a lot of times they will seem to go unnoticed. Yeah. But I have to ask this last question. What are you doing that significant thing for? If you're doing it for this, you'll be really disappointed. How do I know? Because I just experienced it this weekend. But if you're doing it for a bigger purpose, for me, it was doing it because I was being obedient to what I felt like God asked me to do. And you know what? I was able to leave that situation. Not in the moment. I struggled in the moment. I'm going to be honest with you. I struggled. But after I left it, after I was able to step back from it and realize, my goodness, that was significant. And the encouragement that I gave to those other people when I saw one of them, they told me, they're like, oh yeah, this person is doing this. And I was like, really? Like, yeah, this person just started doing this, and so what I said was actually what I was encouraging them to do was actually what they were getting ready to start doing. And it was significant because it was confirmation. So you never know the value of the significance of what seems small for you that may be changing someone else's life. Because imagine if someone didn't do the significant thing that's going to be coming in your life, that you're going to go, man, I am so grateful that they did that. And it might have seemed small for them, but it was pivotal for you. What seems small that you need to look at because you need to do it. It's one step, and how is this going to help? You never know the significance. You never know the significance. And after I gave these people, let me give you a little more context. After I gave these people that encouragement, I myself felt unencouraged. And that's okay. That's just real life. Because I was doing it for this. And that is temporary. Just as quick as it happens, it's gone. But when you're doing it for a bigger purpose, you can do it even if no one does this. You're able to see the significance of it. And God, what I personally believe will be like, man, I saw what you did. Thank you. So, my friend, remember that what seems small is often very significant. The details, the details. Aren't you glad someone didn't take it too small to make sure your car was built right so that you can drive it and not have to worry about at 50,000 miles ending up on the side of the road? Small details that seem small. One screw, one bolt, very significant. All right. Love you guys. I will see you next time. Have a great